Getting a high amount of purity in your blood is going to make your character so much overpowered. Usually the game, it's balance behind being able to fight anything that you have out there in the world just by having regular equipment, well, not regular equipment, equipping your character, outfitting your character properly, and also making proper use of your skills, both with your hands and your keyboard and controller, but also with your skills for your build. Those are going to be the determining factors of being able to fight against most bosses. However, there's a huge difficulty spike in between chapters that is going to make it a little bit harder for you to progress. Now, the best way that you can do to bypass that is getting high enough blood purity on or blood quality on your builds. The thing is that this doesn't last that long, and it's usually very rare that you're going to have a 100% kind of a purity on your blood. Now, that being said, there's a way of getting an unlimited amount of something like this, for example, that you're seeing on the screen right now, which is beautiful. And that is by taking advantage of Prisoners. Now, Prisoners, it's something that you are going to be able to do just by regularly exploring and moving forward into the campaign of your Be Rising playthrough. That being said, they teach you how to use it, but they never go deep into it, because it's the game's job to teach you how to do things. It's your job to make sure that you engage with it, and I advise for you to engage with it. So we're going to be starting with the basics. I'm going to show you every single little thing that you need to be able to properly have a prisoner that is just an unlimited amount of supplies of high purity of blood. On this specific given playthrough, I don't have any 100%, but you can find certainly 100% quality on the blood for people. I haven't found any on Farbane Woods, but there's definitely a lot of them on Dunley Farmlands. So that is very much something to consider. The first thing that we are going to need is dominate human. When you dominate humans, what you need to do is get them to 30% health, then you dominate them. Once you have dominated them, you can squad them right here to your prison cells. This is something that you're going to naturally unlock for the servant questline, which I do have servant coffins right here, but that's irrelevant. So that is something that you're going to get naturally. Now, how do I get prison cells? Well, the prison cells are actually going to be fairly simple as well, because they are through natural story progress, although that's going to be unlocked on the second act of the game, and it's not necessarily story progress. You do have to fight against Vincent the Frostbringer, which is going to unlock a couple of things that you're going to need. It's going to unlock the reinforced planks and also the prison cells. He's usually going to be, I believe that his main camp, it's right here, this militia encampment, and then he regularly patrols all over this way. He goes all the way to the Muswick village, and then he comes back and forth all throughout this area. So it's very simple, it's very easy to kill that guy. Now, once you have managed to get all of that, you already have the means of producing your prison cells. Now, what is it that you are going to need? Well, you're going to need plank and iron and a sawmill, and it's actually quite simple enough. All you have to do is just combine your planks right here with your iron ingots right here, and that is going to yield you the reinforced planks. The iron, you can get it fairly easy right here from the Haunted Iron Mine, and that is how you can build your prisoner's cage. Now you know how to dominate persons. Now you know how to build your prisoner's cage. Now let's take a look at how to sustain them, how to maintain them, and the best possible ways for us to take advantage of this little thing. How does this mechanic works, and what can I do to make everything so much easier and so much better? Well, first and foremost, my advice is that you use the proper flooring for your prison, because the mechanic in here is that you're going to need bottles of glass, like the ones that we have right here. I'll show you how to make them in a little while, but essentially what you want to do is that you want to create a blood potion. Every time that you create a blood potion, that it is going to require an empty glass bottle, then you're going to receive that a specific blood purity that that guy has. Like for example, right here, I can create my blood potion, but you will see that his health and the misery is going to, well, the health is going to decrease and the misery is going to increase. But now I have my potion just right here that I can use at any given time to have the blood type rogue at 90%, 92% quality at any given time whenever I want to. So you have to sustain the prisoner. The best first thing that you can do is to have like the matching floor, the prisoner floor, because having a matching floor is going to reduce by 25% the damage that they are going to receive whenever that you are going to get a blood potion from them. So it's fairly simple. You do have to research, you have to have the schematic, so there is no proper in-game way to get it like as a certainty. It may be the case that it's something guaranteed, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm fairly sure that it is a schematic, and basically all you have to do is once you have gotten it, once you have unlocked it at the study, then you have the prison flooring right here. It's going to require 1 stone brick and 1 iron ingot, and every time that you have your prisoners, make sure that you do have prison flooring so that you can reduce the amount of health that they are going to take. Now, we need to sustain our prisoner. We can sustain our prisoners by feeding them. Usually we're going to feed them with fish. That is going to be the main thing. You also have like the irradiant gruel right here, which increases the quality of the prisoner by 1 or 2%, but it has 35% chance to turn the prisoner into a raging mutant. This is something that we're not going to meddle that much. As a matter of fact, that's something optional. That's something that I don't advise that much. If you maybe we have a high quality one in here, maybe you have one for experiments, like for example right here we have the scholar for 84%, and then we have a 92%. Maybe we can experiment with those things. Just make sure that you have a guaranteed one right now. So we're going to feed our prisoner. This is going to heal our prisoner, but there's different fishes, like for example this one, that is going to reduce the prisoner's misery by a certain percentage. The misery is going to increase the damage that he's going to receive every time that he uses a blood potion. So the more misery that he has, the lesser the capacity that you have to draw blood potions from them. So how do I get fishes? Well, there is a couple of ways to do so. You have the regular fishing. You're going to be able to do fishing right here on every time that there's a body of water. Now you are going to need a fishing rod. The fishing rod, you are going to unlock it by going to the fishing lake and killing the boss that you are going to have right here. Now once you have killed the boss that you have right there, which is a fisherman, then you're going to be able to manually craft right here your fishing pole. However, I do not advise for you. It requires 120 wood and 4 coarse thread. However, I don't advise for you to use this thing that much, because I don't really like the fishing mechanic in this game that much. You do have to do it by during the night, because otherwise you are going to get sunburnt. And I mean, I don't really like the fishing mechanic that much, because you don't really get that much fish. The best possible ways that I advise for you to get fish is just go get them. Like for example, you can fight people on the Moswick village. This is where you're going to have find some fishes. Usually on villages you're going to find fishes. Usually if you go and farm this place whenever it's available, that is going to yield you fishes. Although you can take advantage of your servants that you have out there to hunt for these little places so that you can get fishes. So you can get fish from here, then you can also get fish from here, like I said, from the Moswick village. I also believe that you can get fish from the Dawnbreak village. I'm not entirely sure, not entirely certain about that one, but for sure from the Moswick village, and then also from the fishing lake. That's the best possible ways to get fishing without having to engage with fishing, which I don't really like that much in this game. So for the bottles, you are going to need glass and alchemy table. This is a little bit trickier. You can get a lot of class battles. I think that they are reusable, if I am not mistaken. So if you use one, then you can keep using that one that you created. You are going to need to unlock the class making if you want to have as many potions as you can have. And we have the quartz quarry right here, so you can farm quartz in here. And if you don't really want to fight the boss in here to unlock every single thing, you can just naturally get glass from here, and then you're going to produce glass that you can produce it at the furnace. And then once you have that glass, then you can create empty glass bottles right here on the alchemy table. To craft that glass, you need to fight Gretel the glass blower, which is on the same location that I just showed you on the map, the quarry. That's where you'll find her. And then the next thing that we're going to have to do to get the highest possible chance of getting the purest quality of blood without making that many mistakes is to fight against Tristan the vampire hunter, because this is going to yield you access to blood hunger. This allows you to instantly recognize the blood type and the blood quality of nearby units, as you are seeing me showcase on the video right now. This is a radial skill that you always have access to, and I can't stress enough how important it is for you to use this thing, so that every time that you're fighting, every time that you're farming, every time that you're doing anything that has the possibility of having high chance of blood quality, then you can be sure that you're fighting, but you're fighting carefully without making the mistake to kill that high quality blood enemy that you have right there. Little extra thing, this is not mandatory, but Leandra, the Shadow Priestess, this allows you to create dust colors. To create dust colors, you're going to need scorch stones. The scorch stones are made at the furnace, and you're going to need whetstone and bone dust to produce them. This allows you to create a dust color to every time that you dominate a high level purity of character or enemy or NPC. You don't have to necessarily escort them all the way throughout the base. You can just use a dust color that you can produce right here at the alchemy table. Here we have the dust color. It does requires 3 scorch stones and 45 Hell's Clarion. The Hell's Clarion, you can get them, if I am not mistaken, right here from the Bandit Copper Mine. It's not that difficult to get it, and you're going to get a 5 just for 3 scorch stones. So with 6 or 9, you can get 10 to 15 dust colors for you to be able to have as many prisoners as possible. So that is everything that you need to know about managing prisoners. I know that it is actually quite a lot to cover. It is a long process. It is quite a lot of stuff that you need to do, but this is going to allow you to get on demand, whenever you want to, at all times, the highest purity of blood quality, so that you can, if you're fighting that you're struggling with the game, which I'm pretty sure that you are, especially if you're playing alone, the bosses are making you struggle. You get a warrior, you get a spell, you get a scholar, you get a rogue, any high blood quality. Believe you me, the amount of percentages that the blood quality gives you when it comes to gameplay and overpowered value, it's just nuts. Whenever you're fighting finding that you are struggling against something, this is something that it allows you to brute force your way through that. Anyways, if you like the content, like never, super appreciated. And also, if you're a gorgeous and beautiful person, you're indeed a gorgeous and beautiful person. Have a lovely, lovely day, and goodbye.